All right, well, good morning, beautiful people. It is Karina Gage here, your transformational leadership coach from Inside Out. And today I have the honor and the pleasure of interviewing Erik Castillo, who is an amazing person, guys. He is also one of my clients at Inside Out Institute. Erik Castillo joined the Army at age 17 and he served for over 17 years. He was deployed 6 times overseas to Afghanistan and Iraq. And in 2010, he was recognized as one of the Army's top leaders and was awarded a Bronze Star for his heroism. So, Erik, thank you so much for your courage. Thank you so much for your service. It's such an honor and pleasure to have you on today.
Well, I appreciate it, Karina. Thank you for all the kind words. And like I always just tell people, all the Army stuff is, I was just at the right place at the right time and just doing my job. That's all.
I love it. And I absolutely love your motto. Hard times don't last, hard people do. And so we're going to talk a little bit more about that today, about unleashing the warrior mindset. But before we get started with with that topic, Erik, I want you to tell me a little bit more about you and what inspires you. But before you tell me a little bit more about you and what inspires you, tell me, what do you love doing when you're not working?
What I like doing when I'm not actually working, I like spending time with my dog. He's crazy. His name's Kenobi. He's my service dog, but he's a handful in itself. He makes his own grunting noises when he stretches. He's sleeping and grunts and makes noises, so he cracks me up half the time. Spend time with my kids, spend time with my girlfriend. I like watching sports. I'm a huge Dodger fan, and they're killing it right now. So I think the series this time they better. So if not, I'm gonna have an aneurysm or something. But I like to read, and I always like reading stuff and learning and helping guys. I'm out now, but I help people. Like I have my old soldiers call me. They'll call me, "Hey, Chief. Hey, Gunny," and they want to talk to me about something. And I'm talking to one guy almost every day to helping him out. And he's been making a lot of progress. So really, just all of that, helping people and just relaxing. I mean, there's no rush. There's no, I just kind of go time and just go with the flow.
Yeah. So what I love about you is it is your passion to serve, to inspire and empower others. I absolutely admire that from you, and I'm sure it comes from your background. So give us a little bit more about your background, Erik, please.
So I joined at 17. So when you join, and depending on what type of uni you go to in leadership, they'll thrust you right in with someone. So I joined at 17. I was in E3 in Paid River, which is a private first class. I was responsible for one person at 17, responsible for someone who was older than me, because just that guy just couldn't get it together. So at 17, I was responsible for people. And as you move up in rank, you become more responsible. It goes from 1 to 3 to 5 to 7. When I got out, I was responsible for 300 people that were under my charge, on top of ordering for the entire battalion. Now, when I say I basically have been coaching my whole life, and not just like with how Inside Out does, it goes a little more in depth. Like I taught someone how to write a check. I taught someone how to do laundry. I taught someone how to make a bed. I taught someone how to pay bills. Like even individual counseling. Like I'm not a certified counselor, but I basically am, because I have to deal with those problems. And you get a call at 3 a.m, you got to deal with it. So I've had a lot of experience when it comes to like coaching and mentoring and counseling.
Yeah, that's awesome. So during one of our coaching sessions, Erik mentioned something that just stuck with me, and that's why I titled this Unleashing Your Warrior Mindset. And he was talking about the warrior mindset, not only in the military, but even now that he's out of the military, and the difference of the definition of it today versus the definition of it when he was in the Army serving. So can you kind of give us a little bit more about that, Erik, the warrior mindset. What was the warrior mindset while you were in the military, and what is the definition today of the warrior mindset? So if there's anyone out there struggling right now with limited beliefs or any mindset blocks, anything that's really blocking you from stepping into your full potential, you really want to listen up and maybe grab a pen and paper and take some notes here. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So I have it written down for when I was in. So I'm going to read it real fast. It's because it says the warrior mindset is more than aggressive and determination. It's about overcoming challenge and adversity. It's about possessing, understanding, and being able to utilize a set of specific psychological and physical skills that allow someone to be effective, persistent, and adaptive. Now, when you dig a little deeper into that, in the military, when you have a warrior mindset, I mean, you don't quit at all. There's no quitting, because either you're gonna walk back, you're gonna be crawling back, or however it goes. So like when people ask me, dang, your mentality is like super crazy, I go, yeah, but you have to have that thing where you just don't survive. Like as a warrior, as a soldier, you just don't survive. You adapt, overcome, and win. No matter what. If I go through that door and I don't know what's on the other side of that door, if I get shot, I'm gonna shoot that thing back and I'm gonna kill it. That's just how that's what they teach us. So if I fall, you're gonna fall too. So now when you switch it over to the civilian side of that, you're obviously not gonna be going into a house where you don't know what's in there unless you're a police officer or something like that. So when you take it out of like we'll call it a danger zone or a hazardous type of situation, it boils down to just being able to, anything that comes at you, you have to be able to not just survive it, you have to adapt. You have to adapt, overcome, and win. Because if you adapt and overcome and don't win, you're still not succeeding. You're still not doing what you set out to do. Like, oh yeah, I got through it and I made it, but what did you get from it? Did you get anything from it, or did you just kind of just roll with the punches? I mean, sometimes you gotta have the instinct too.
So I love how you said adapt, overcome, and win. So what are some of those struggles that you personally had? And I would say after you were, but I believe you were medically discharged from the Army. That's right, right? And so
Yeah.
what were some of those challenges that you faced and overcame? And then now you're like, because you had to turn on that warrior mindset. Can you talk a little bit more about that, and how, and what did it take for you to get to that, the mindset of I need to unleash my warrior mindset, but in a different way when it comes to, limited beliefs or mindset blocks, anything like that, so that you can move forward and win?
Well, when I got medically retired, I found out I was type 1 diabetic, which I knew what it was, but I didn't really know what it was at the same time. So once I was done, it felt like my identity was just stripped, because that's who I was my whole life. And it felt like that was taken from me. And it got pretty dark. I got depressed. And like I said, when my bio before my ex triggered my PTSD, I had a flashback to where I didn't even realize I was in Oregon. I thought I was in the Middle East, and I ended up getting arrested for having a flashback. And I think that was like the bottom of the bottom right there. And it was pretty dark. And then I just slowly started taking what the Veterans Treatment Court did for me, applying some of that stuff. I argued with the judge a couple times in the beginning because my mindset was still in that like attack mode.
Right.
So, but once I kind of just like realized that, hey, I can't do it like this, I started switching and started converting a little bit and started kind of relaxing and trying to know that I can only control the things that I can control. That's it. I can't control anyone else's actions. I can't control my ex's actions, my kids, anyone, only mine.
Right.
So, and then that kind of pushed it up, and that kind of started me on this trek. And then a year later, I met my girlfriend, which she's great and amazing, and I love her to death. And then she got me kind of roped into Inside Out, and then here I am.
Yes, here you are now. You are unleashing that warrior mindset for sure. You're already putting yourself out there, and I just absolutely admire who you are. You really have that spirit of that warrior. You have that spirit, and I know that you're going to help so many people once you go through the program and graduate. You're going to really help a lot of people heal from, traumas and help them really step into their full potential and really regain what was lost and regain their identity as well. So I can see that you're going to do amazing. So what would your advice be to anyone who's struggling right now, and could be a veteran, could just be a civilian, just really struggling right now with everything, all the uncertainty, all the crazy times that are around us, that are kind of in that mindset where they're feeling stuck, they're feeling lost? What would your advice be to someone like that when it comes to taking that step to start to unleash that warrior mindset?
I would say this is what I did. Take a second, go to the bathroom, and just look in the mirror. Sit there and just look. So one of two things are going to happen. You're either going to sit there and you're going to look and go, what the heck am I doing? Or you're going to start to cry. If you start to cry, that means you're ready to change. Your spirit is not happy with where you're at. And you obviously can't do it by yourself. So you need to go find someone to help you. And it's not about being weak. And for all the guys and the machismo, like, I don't need help. No, I've been there. That doesn't work. You need help. you need help. And it could be even just a little bit. It's just like, it's more of even if it's just for like a minute or a call, just saying, hey, no, look, you need to look that way. You're looking this way, you need to look that way. And you kind of look and you re-guide them. When in the military, when we're going through live shoot houses and stuff, when you're training, you hold them by the back of their vest and you control them on where they're going. So for this is kind of, if you need help, this is kind of what you need. Let me or Karina or somebody grab you by the back of your vest and guide you for a second through the shoot house, telling you where to shoot until you're ready to do it by yourself with live ammunition. And then you can go ahead and attack and take on the cell and win and do all the good things you want to do.
I love that. I love the way you said that. So can you just, you've been going through some of the energy healing sessions yourself, the coaching sessions yourself. With Inside Out, what we do here is we combine transformational leadership coaching and cutting edge energy healing. We combine them to really help our clients to step into their full potential on the conscious and subconscious side. So Erik, can you share a little bit with our audience, like how has that changed you or changed your life, or since you started Inside Out, and how it has helped you?
Well, it's helped me because I need structure. When you're in the Army or the Marines or any type of branch, you know what you're doing from the moment you wake up to the moment you get off work. You know what you're doing. The typical day in the Army, 6:30, wake up at 5:30, depending. Do your exercising, physical fitness training from 6:30 to 8. Eat breakfast from 8 to 9. 9 to 12, you either have your morning inspection and you're doing your stuff in the morning, taking your tasks or assignments from your platoon sergeant. That's basically all day, and you've got a list of things to do because it's on either your dry erase board or anything. So what Inside did was it gave me that, except just kind of just a little different. I'm not being told what to do by the hour, which is great. I kind of like that. So that gets annoying, but it holds me accountable for things. It holds me accountable, and that's what I need. I need to be held accountable because I'm a huge procrastinator. I mean, I'll get it done, but for some things I'll be like, because I know what I'm capable of. So like I'll do other things and then kind of do that last minute stuff, and I'm doing better at that instead of being a little procrastinating. But on the I like the fact that there is goals, there is things that I have to do, and then that stays on my mind. Like, oh, I got to finish this by this day, and then I can backwards plan from when it's due. On the energy side, I just like the way it makes me feel. I I still don't even know. One of my friends, he's done a couple of sessions, and he's more of like the logical, I need to see it to believe it, but he doesn't even understand it, and it blows his mind every time.
Yeah.
It still blows mine, even though sometimes I would be like, well, okay, like I guess that needed to come out, like so. A combination of both. It's like wearing a big heavy rucksack, and then after walking like 15 miles with it, you get to take it off, or at least take some of the stuff out because you drink water or something. You're like, oh, well, that's a little lighter.
Oh,
So
wow. That's a great analogy. Great analogy. I love it. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. Are there any last words of inspiration, Erik, that you'd like to give the viewers out there?
yeah, this one's just really quick. I was talking with Rachel about it yesterday. It's emotions. So when you look at the word emotion, you break it down into two parts, and you can control them. So E is the energy, the fuel, the fire. Motion is the verb. In order to put that into action, you have to think about it. So it's a thought before it becomes a feeling. So if you don't let the fuel build, you don't put any motion to that feeling. So that way it's just fire burning. And then you can take that fire burning and apply it to somewhere else, to a different type of feeling. So that way now that emotion is not negative and it's positive. So if you need a second, if you need to recalibrate, take a second, stop. There's stuff that I listen to every day. I go on, type in motivational stuff, and you'll get inspired. If you feel any type of spark, if you're listening to that, then that means you want to do something different. Because I'll listen to it and I'll get goosebumps, and I'm like, and then I just get inspired. It's like you lit up a Zippo lighter. It's like, oh, So listen to those, talk to someone, or go do something selfless. Just go like see a homeless guy, go give him a bottle of water. Something even that small. So you can only do what you set yourself to do. If you don't put in the effort or to even try to fix yourself, it's not going to go. You can't just shimmy by. So you put in what you get out, basically. And that's why I always say hard times don't last, hard people do. Because if you're not hard enough, you're not going to make it. And if you're listening to this, you're obviously somewhat hard enough because you're here listening to me and Karina talk. So do something about it. Get up off your butt and do something. And that's how I am. That's how I was as a leader. I am direct. I don't beat around the bush. So I'm looking at you, whoever's in this, keep your butt and do something with yourself, and don't feel sorry for yourself, because the only person giving you sympathy is you. So once you stop giving sympathy, you're going to get positive energy and great things are going to happen.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. So yeah, definitely, like you said, in order to adapt, overcome, and win, there's some action. You've got to take some action, like Erik said. You can't just be sitting there waiting, feeling sorry for yourself, like you said. You've got to unleash that warrior mindset, okay? And so I want to thank you so much again, Erik, for taking the time to just inspire my audience today. Thank you so much. And guys, if you are ready to unleash your warrior mindset and just start taking action, I would like to invite you to our private Facebook page, which is The Art of Becoming a Successful Leader Through Cutting Edge Energy Healing. I love to connect with you there. I'd like to invite you there. So if you are interested in joining our community, Facebook community there, please leave me a comment and I will send you the link via DM. But make sure you comment below if you want to be part of our community there. Erik, once again, thank you so much for your time. Oh, real quick, how can people connect with you?
You can find me on Facebook. My name right here. You can spell it that way. You can send me a message. I have an Instagram. It's Curly815, Curly815. I post a lot of content there. I'm learning all the social media things. I wasn't really a social media platforming posting person, so I'm learning all of that. And if you join the group, you'll see everyone else's info there. And I'm gonna try to start a YouTube here soon to do some talks and things. That's in later because I still gotta learn that whole animal. But yeah, right now it's just the Facebook and the Instagram. You can write me, you send me a message, I'll respond. I won't turn away. It won't just be sitting there in the seen box. I'll read it and then I'll respond.
That's right, guys. If you want to get inspired and just simply want to reach out to Erik because you know what, like he said before, ask for help. Sometimes you need to ask for help. Don't feel like you have to do it alone. Make sure you reach out to him. Make sure you follow him on Facebook and Instagram. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and have a beautiful day. Thank you so much, Erik, once again.